Hey guys, what's up? Cardfight here, and today I'm here with a Gold Paladin deck profile. This is the updated Gurguit deck with the stuff from G-BT08. So let's get right into the deck profile. I'm not going to get into too much of the old cards. Instead, I'm going to talk about why I'm running some of the new cards and the amounts of why I'm running them at. So starting Vanguard, running Coel. I still think he's the best starting Vanguard for this particular build since it does combo quite well with Scourge Point early game to hit for good numbers. Next we're running 4 Gurguit. So this is a Gurguit deck, so of course we're running Gurguit. Next we are running 3 Dongle. Now this is a card that I didn't run in my previous build. Previously I ran what's his name? Pelennor? Yeah, Pelennor. But yeah, I'm running Dongle in this build instead because even if you call him, it's not horrible. It's not the end of the world. And there's a lot of times you're going to be attacking with your rear guards first. So if you check into a Dongle with Quill, you can still use it to boost, even if you have like no space or something. And he's still a decent attacker. And you can intercept with him if he's in Unite, so it's not bad. And on turn you call him, he can be a booster. So he's just an okay. He's like okay grade 3 for a deck that top deck so much. Because a lot of times if you're running other grade 3s, if it's in an awkward position where he can't boost and stuff, you'll have a less power. But if you use him as a booster, it kind of takes away that problem. So next we are running 4 of the new card. I think his name is Henrius. He's the Glimmer Breath clone for the thing, except he's not actually Gurguit restricted, but anyway, his skill is kind of lost 1, so lost 1 when it's got placed in a rear guard circle. You can pay the cost. If you do, load top 3 cards of your deck. If you do, call one of those units to a rear guard circle, and then put the rest of the bottom of your deck. And then if you have a Gurguit Vanguard, during his turn, this unit and the called unit gets plus 3,000 power. So he's actually a really good Glimmer Breath clone, because not only does he get 3,000 power instead of 2,000 power, but the called unit also gets plus 3,000 power. So kind of, if you call something with not so good power like Marisa here, Marcia, then it'll be fine. She'll be an Elevate K if you call it. So I'm running 4 of him. Running 3 Marcias for that counter charge and soul charge action. So her skill is Unite. Move this card into soul at the end of the turn. You can pay the cost. You do counter charge 1. So you move her into soul to counter charge 1, which pretty much means that she is a counter charge 1, soul charge 1. And she has resist, so that also helps against Link Joker decks. If you don't want to keep her, if you don't want to get locked, your front row locked, you can just call her out to prevent yourself from getting front row locked. Not bad of a card. The AK doesn't really hurt. There's a lot of things that pump her power, so it's fine. Next we're running 2 Bellymores. So skill is Unite. This unit gets plus 2,000 power, and the second skill is kind of lost. General 1 kind of lost 1 when it starts placed on a rear guard circle. You can pay the cost. If you do, load the top 3 cards of your deck and call one of those cards to a rear guard circle in the same column as this card, and then put the rest of the cards at the bottom of the deck. So this deck, it runs 6 on-call units. So if you hit into these with Gurguit's skill, then it'll help you quite a bit. I was actually running more. I was running like 7, like 4 of these, 3 of these before, but Bellymore, sometimes he's kind of dead. Henrius is better because he doesn't have to be in the same column as this. But I like running these just in case. I like running the 2 of these just so that if I do use Gurguit and I have a bigger chance to hit into one of these on my first ride, so that I can set up my field easier. So yeah, and then running 3 Quill. I think his name is. I think it's pronounced Quill. So he's here for the chain attacks. I don't really need to explain him, but in case you're not hitting hard enough, if you are using Scourge Point, the called unit will get plus 5,000, so he'll help you there. Next, we're running 3 Holstars. So he's kind of like the Bruno of Unite decks. Skill is Generation 1, Unite. When a unit is called onto a Vanguard circle, this unit and a unit in the same column as this card get plus 2,000 power. So actually, it's more like a pure clone, I guess, a pure clone instead of a Bruno clone. But it does not work on the first call. On the second call, it does those, but it still helps. You can still hit pretty big numbers, and especially if you combo with Quill, when you attack and you call, since you do the call unit, you instantly get another 4K, assuming you have Unite. So yeah, not bad. And on turn, and if you call a lot of units on the turn, for example, you're using the new Stride, then it does help you stack power. Even if he's rested, the new unit you called out with the Stride skill does get power, so he helps with that. It's pretty good. Next, running 4 sick free, or 3 sick free, just to make some space. So you got Unite. Running 4 Stride Fighters because we are only running through grade 3s, and Dongle sometimes that does get called out. So running 4 Stride Fighter helps you ensure that you can Stride. Well, increases the chance of you being able to Stride. Next, running 4 of the new Perfect Guard. She's actually pretty useful. She helps you create space, and even if you called her, you can still bounce her back. So what she does is, well, she's a Perfect Guard, except it only activates from hand, so you can't use Gurguit's skill with her. But her skill is, the cost is to choose one of your rear guards and put it to the bottom of your deck. And then when this unit's called from the deck to a rear guard circle, you will pay the cost. If you do, bounce this card to your hand. So basically, if you do call this during your battle phase or something, you can just pay the cost, bounce it back to your hand. So then you have more space to call out units next turn or during this turn if you want to chain attack and whatnot. So yeah, 4 of those. Trigger lineup, running 8 crit, 4 stands. This stand does help also. He helps you kind of charge and slow charge. And running 4 heals because heals are heals. As well in the G zone. So this deck, it runs pretty similarly, and this deck does qualify for the G regulation because I'm pretty sure nothing here is non-G. Most of the decks I build with these decks are, I try to my best to use G regulation cards, but sometimes if I want to play a fun card, then I might just splash it in, because why not, right? But anyway, for the G zone, running 2 Scourge Point. He's very, very powerful for Stride, especially on a turn you set up. If you use him, Gurguit, and then if you hit into one of your Henrinus or Bellymore, then you do get to that power does build up, and it does help a lot. So it's not bad. Running 1 of the Fighters Collection cards. Don't really need it, but just in case you need that extra call on your first Stride. Yeah, that does happen sometimes if you hit into Gurguit and you have nothing you want to play in your hand, and just there for that little oomph. Next, we're running 4 of the new Stride. It's one of the best one of the best Gold Paladin strides. I really like it. It does have the Unite skill, so you need to call those units beforehand, but it's quite okay. So next we're running God. So skill is Unite, counter +1, G flip, another copy of himself. I think his name is Glorious Reigning Dragon or something. And so you can choose 2 of your rear guards and put it to the bottom of your deck. That's also part of the cost. And then when this card attacks, you can pay the cost if you do look at the top 7 cards of your deck. And then for every card face up in your G zone, you can call a unit to separate rear guard circles. And if 3 or more units were called, you can counter charge 1, so charge 1. So pretty much you get his free skill for free. But yeah, so if you have, I recommend, you know, calling at least 3, because then you get to do it for free. But then if you have Hoels on the field, then the power does stack. It's pretty amazing actually. He really helps with the chain attacking. It's quite nice. And Gold Paladins don't really hit for small numbers, so chaining attacking for really big numbers is quite nice. Running 1 Knight of Campbell, just for that on hit pressure, if you need it. There's a lot of first ride options. These things are all pretty good first ride options. Scourge Point, it can also be a second stride or a finisher, depending on the situation. It's still very good. Not speaking of finishers, we're running two Gurguit strides. So skill is General Strike 2, Unite, counter loss 1, so loss 2. During this turn, for every rear guard, this card gets plus 5,000 power, and then choose up to 5 rear guards, and they get plus 5,000 power. So obviously, he becomes really powerful. He swings for pretty big numbers, and your rear guards swing for pretty decent numbers. If you only want to run 1, you can, because I actually most of the time only use 1 of these. By the time I use him, my opponent's probably dead. If they're at 5 and you pop one of these out, they're gonna either use a lot of cards in their hand to guard against it, or they're gonna be dead. So yeah. Next, we're running 1 Seabreeze, just in case. This deck is very counter loss heavy, but you have a lot of counter charging options, so Seabreeze isn't that bad. Running 1 Screw, running 2 Fire Deflection G guards, and running 2 G guards from the previous set. Helps you quite a bit actually. But the bad part about this is that it is RNG, so you might get some not so good cards to guard with, but it's fine. This card also helps you fuel for Unite on your own turn, if you somehow need it. For example, with Dawn Gold or something. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck profile. Sorry if I'm a little out of it. I had school today, and it was tiring. More tiring than usual. So I apologize if I'm a little absent-minded today, but I'm always absent-minded. Just feel a little bit more today. I'm just a little out of it. But anyway, yeah, expect more deck profiles coming up soon. At the end of the month, there's also your Chronicle stuff coming out, and I'm actually going to put some Pokemon videos up soon, so check it out. But yeah, this is Cardfight, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.